Hello everyone, my name is Laura Hardiman, and for my project, my favorite brain part assignment, I have chosen to do the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus is located on the undersurface of the brain. It lies just below the thalamus and just above the pituitary gland. So it is an extremely complex part of the brain containing many regions with highly specialized functions. In humans, the hypothalamus is approximately the size of a pea, and accounts for less than 1% of the weight of our brain, which is crazy. So hypothalamus' main role is to keep the body in homeostasis as much as possible. So why exactly is the hypothalamus important? The hypothalamus is the endocrine system main switchboard. So most of the body's critical hormones, which promote growth, metabolism, and normal functioning, are prompted by chemical signals from the hypothalamus. So these hormones in turn communicate with the hypothalamus to provide feedback about the body's functional state. Damage to the hypothalamus can impair one or all of these hormone systems and lead to a complete shutdown of hormone production. Not good. So the hypothalamus will respond to a variety of signals from the internal and external environment, including body temperature, hunger, feelings of being full after eating, blood pressure, and levels of hormones in the circulation. It also responds to stress and controls our daily bodily rhythms, such as our nighttime secretion of melatonin from the pineal gland and changes in cortisol, which is a stress hormone. It also responds to body temperature over a 24-hour period. The hypothalamus collects and combines this information and puts changes in place to correct any imbalances. So, the hypothalamus essentially acts as a connector between the endocrine and nervous system to achieve homeostasis. As different systems and parts of the body send signals to the brain, they alert the hypothalamus to any unbalanced factors, and the hypothalamus in return responds by releasing the right hormones into the bloodstream of the body. So, the anatomy and function of the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is composed of three main regions: the anterior region, middle region, and the posterior region. Each region contains different nuclei. These are clusters of neurons that perform vital functions such as releasing hormones. We'll first talk about the anterior region. This area is also known as the supraoptic region. The major nuclei in this region are supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei, along with several smaller nuclei as well. The nuclei in this region are largely involved in the secretion of various hormones. Many of these hormones interact with nearby pituitary gland to produce additional hormones. Together, the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland control many of the glands that produce hormones of the body, called the endocrine system, which we talked about. The endocrine system is composed of the adrenal cortex, gonads, and thyroid. So the next region we'll talk about is the middle region. This is also referred to as the tuberal region. Its major nuclei include the ventromedial and arcuate nuclei. The ventromedial nucleus helps to control appetite, while the arcuate nucleus is involved in releasing growth hormones. This is responsible for the growth and development of the body. Finally, the posterior region. This area is also called the mammillary region. The posterior hypothalamic nucleus and mammillary nuclei are its main nuclei. The posterior hypothalamic nucleus helps regulate body temperature by causing shivering and blocking sweat production when we are hot or cold. So the role of the mammillary nuclei is less clear, but it is believed to be involved in memory function. Overall, I chose the hypothalamus as my favorite brain part because it is insane that just a pea-sized structure in our brain is responsible for so many functions that control our body and keep us healthy. So I think we deserve to give it a break and keep ourselves healthy during this quarantine.